What's going on YouTube? 90s Kid here. Today we're on the shores of the Cutlass Keys once again, and we're going to be talking about burning some shit. You can see the flames coming out of the mouth of that blunderbuss. Got a fire staff on my back. Now I have talked kind of in depth on the Inferno. This being Season 7, we're going to focus on the Burninator with this build. So the whole point of this build is to stack as much burn damage as we can, switch to our blunderbuss, and just go at it. The Burninator allows us to stack an extra 5 dots on top of our 4 smolders, so up to 9 dots, burn dots going on at the same time with the Burninator in your hand, and then on top of the 3 splitting grenade dots with our blunderbuss. So we can get up to 12 dots hitting at the same time. It does a lot of damage. It's really fun. So let's kind of break this down a little bit here. Our armor, we want to focus on that fire damage. Get the fire rune glass, get the fire harnessing, get your refreshing 4. A couple of these I am using sided rune glass in, but you do want to get that fire damage. Fire harnessing on every piece. My attuned leather pants don't have it. It has health, but that's just because I bounce back and forth to different builds all the time. And it's just easier for me. But if you want to mainstay this build, you want fire harnessing on this, and you want to get that rune glass as well. So you can see the damage I'm doing. I'm missing out on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. About 12% fire damage is what I'm missing out on this build itself. My boots, haven't come across any Gorgonite boots that have refreshing, leeching shrapnel, and fire harnessing, so I'm using the enchanted ward Azoths, which work just fine, you know. The ring, fire damage, hardy all the time. You have that extra dodge roll, it's very important. My earring's gonna have empowering toast, and my amulet's gonna focus on buffing my empowerments as well. So that's kind of what I'm using. I'm using Grasping Vines, and my blunderbuss that I'm using has a ruby with sided rune glass, vicious, flame attunement, and keenly empowered. It doesn't have to be flame attunement. It could be enchanted. It could be keenly empowered. It could be keenly jagged. It could be, you know, as long as it's giving you a boost in damage, it's going to work out. It doesn't have to be a perfect one. Attunements are really great. It doesn't have to be flame attunement. It could be anything else as well. It could be nature. It could be void. Whatever you got, just focus on that. Don't focus on min-maxing the build. Just use what you got and slowly replace everything. So that's what I think is kind of the best way to use this build. We're gonna look at some of the skills and attributes. My attributes are set up through intelligence and strength, a little bit of dexterity. You can get some more cooldown reduction if you feel like you need it, or constitution if you feel like you need it, but you want a full 350 intelligence and rest in strength to buff up that blunderbuss damage as much as possible. When it comes to skills, our blunderbuss, we're going to focus on getting that double down. Still using Azoth, splitting grenade, and blast shot, but double down will allow us to use our splitting grenade twice in about 6 seconds. So we can do, you know, we can apply those burns a little bit easier. Now, just as a reminder, our splitting grenade, it sits at around a 15, I would say a 15-second cooldown without double down, and our burns will allow us to have up to 3 for 10 seconds. So there will only be about 5 seconds where you don't have you know, burns ticking if you don't go double down. So it's not a huge deal, but the fact that double down can allow you to do a back-to-back Azoth, or 6 seconds between a blast shot, so you can have a knockdown on an archer if you're alone, and then hit him with another knockdown, plus the rends. That's kind of the why I want to go that route. But again, if you want to go maximize damage, unload's perfect because, you know, your basic shot's doing so much damage. And you're applying so many burns as well that you're just not missing out on much if you miss out on 5 seconds of burn damage. So it is kind of flexible in that way. Our fire staff, you're going to focus on pyromancer, or at least I'm going to. Burnout's a really great way to get away from enemies or to get to them. This is going to allow you to explode when you hit up, so you can zip up to them, explode, incinerate, essentially another explode that's going to weaken, and then you can hit them with flamethrower. These passives being the best ones, they're going to add, you know, a heavy attack despite it being less damage. It's going to give you 10% cooldown reduction. And these are all empowers and critical chance. And this is light and heavy attacks inflict a smolder. So, you know, if you need to do the cooldown reduction, at least it's going to apply a new smolder stack for you. So that's kind of my path. This will apply another dot, or another dot for you to your 12 dots, but the cooldown's 30 seconds, and it's just, in my opinion, it's just kind of a waste of a perk. It's not that great. So yeah, that's kind of the path that I take for my build. We got some boar here. We'll run up to them real quick and see if we can't talk a little bit about our damage. So we're gonna hit them with that splitting grenade times 3. It's hitting about 250. So 750 damage a second. And we'll let that run out here real quick while he chases me around. And then we're going to apply our other dots. So you can see 111 and 222. So 222 is the stronger dot. Smolder is 111. So Smolder does about 444 a second. So throw that in with our, so we're hitting at about 1200 with our Smolder and our splitting grenade, and then 222 for our burninator damage. It stacks up to 5 times. So that's going to be about another 1200. So about 2500 damage a second with these burns. So that's pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty nice. We'll just go ahead and we'll dispatch this guy. And then I'll come over here. And what we'll do is... got all our burns going. And there it is. Pretty simple little rotation that you can do. Now just remember, guys, Incinerate is going to knock an enemy back. That's why you'll see me sometimes splitting grenade, blast shot, because it'll knock them back. And I'll flamethrower for a second, and then when they get back up to me, I'll hit them with the Incinerate to kind of separate ourselves from it. But let's use... didn't make it. Go ahead and apply that. All those burns just help you tick away at the health bars. It's incredibly strong, incredibly powerful. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, that's kind of the build. That's kind of the combination. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some clips of some M2s, some M2 runs. There's some Glacial Tarn, there's some Genesis, there's some Need. There might be a couple clips of M1 where I just really felt it pertinent to show either a combination or the way I'm using Burnout and Exploding, or just a burn of a boss. You know, that's always fun to watch. So, yeah. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask me down below. If you got any suggestions, absolutely throw those in. Other people, you know, if I don't get something right, and they're trying something and it's not working, it's good for them to look down below into the comments and see something maybe that's a little different that'll be able to work for them. So go ahead and let's have a chat down below. Hopefully everyone's doing good, and I'll keep throwing these videos out as much as possible. I'm going to try to get a new mic, see if this can't speed the process up a little bit more. You know, I don't edit these much. I just try to get them in one go. Um, don't really have scripts or nothing, so I kind of just free throw and just hope for the best. So hopefully you guys stick around. Got some new ones coming up. But I'm 90s kid, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Clear. I heed ye eagerly.